Okay, Virgo, trying this again. Welcome. I'm Dr. Tarot. This is Take Charge Tarot. I like to say welcome home. This is your home. This is your tarot channel. And whatever happens in this reading, I'm really curious to see how it landed with you. So please leave comments. I'm here to serve. So if I'm not serving, then I'm not doing what I hope to do here. And you're a Virgo. Perhaps you understand service. It's a Virgo thing. Yeah, so anyway, I'm doing this new kind of reading called, I'm calling it an alchemy reading, basically, or something like how your energies, you and your person's energies sort of intertwine and interact. So let's get started. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot deck, if you're familiar. Okay, so I need cards give me one card right now for Virgo. I need a total of 6, but well, just give me 6 to be really clear to Spirit. Give me some cards, please, Spirit. Or I'm just gonna have to start grabbing from the deck. Whoops. Okay. How many do we have here? We have 6. Okay. Spirit can be very efficient. I feel a little tilted. What can I tell you? I'm new at the game. I just have to, I think it's great to have a sense of humor about things. So here we go. The general alchemy of you and your person. This is how your actuality, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. And this is your fantasy. This is your person's actuality. This is your person's fantasy. Wow, some fantastic looking cards here. And this is, well, I got 2 cards, so I'm just gonna have to honor those for your current trajectory. I thought I had 1, but I've got 2, so that's interesting. Put this side by side. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is what I would call the general alchemy, or this is the mixture. Let me explain. So it's understood. There's some streams of thought that think of a relationship as not just a person and a person separately, but when you come together, a sort of third entity is created. It's a mixture. It's a chemical, I mean, you hear of chemistry, right? It's literally a chemical cocktail of 2 people. To give just a really general example, if you've ever experienced, either heard people say this about people, or you yourself have said this about people that you know, when someone says like the 2 of them together bring out the worst in each other, that's an example of the alchemy. So they're obviously, in an observer's estimation, they are not good for each other. Okay, I think my point is made. So the sort of alchemical cocktail between you and your person is exciting. Very exciting. I would guess that I'm talking to people who might have had sort of a torrid affair, in a good way. When I say affair, I don't mean like cheating or anything or whatever. And there's no judgment here, right? I'm just saying, I'm speaking of a love affair, an affinity for each other, real like serious chemistry here. And, but what stands out, right, is like kind of a lack of depth, right? So that's sort of what the sort of coming together as you are right now. Now, I feel like I might be talking to people, my hair's kind of holding me back there. I feel like I might be talking to people who are actually together, because this looks, and we want to go back now. This looks really good. I'm seeing, it just looks, I mean, the cards are, quote, good cards, but let's take a look at them. So your person's actual reality is they're very much in like, they're in love with you. But it's a new relationship. I think that's who I'm talking to here. This is someone who is in a newer relationship, because I've got this energy and I've also got an Ace of Wands here. And you just, so again, this is you, or so we think. By the way, if the energies switch or make sense more that way, by all means, just honor that. But Virgo, you're smitten, you're in love. They've literally kind of swept you off your feet. I think that's evident in this card. So you're really, you're emotionally sort of touched by this. And by the way, every other card, so we've got the Alchemy card, how you actually, a lot of fire I'm seeing. So there is there's passion, there's energy. This is an energy-filled relationship. If you are not on the younger scale of adulthood, because these readings are for those who are 18 and over, so I'm either talking to people who happen to be young and energized. Not everybody who's in their early 20s is full of energy, but if you are, or I'm talking to people who just have a lot of energy. I don't care if you're 80, you guys are, I don't know, like going everywhere and traveling everywhere, and you sleep little and you're out all night. I mean, whatever age, this is not an age specific statement as much as it's an energetic statement. So to whomever I'm speaking, or for whomever this resonates, it's definitely like bam, 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 like energized. Interestingly, so Virgo, this is your fantasy. So really you're just smitten, which what this tells me is you're having the chemical, speaking of alchemical, you're having that chemical reaction, that flutter in the heart. It's beautiful. It's totally normal. I don't mean to be like a mom about it. I'm sure you know this, but it is a chemical reaction. So that feeling, not to say that you can't be excited to see your partner for, if you're with them for 30 years, but that crazy, that real cocktail at the beginning, that fades, right? It just does. It should. We'd never get anything done if our relationships were actually like that. My God, camera is really bugging me a little bit. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay. I know I should pause and redo it, but I'm not that fancy yet. Video production is not something okay. We shall continue. So your fantasy is that you're solid. Oh, this feels great. Strength, even though it's fire and it is Leo. I mean, it's Leo, so it's fixed fire. It would be like, I think, this is my opinion and my understanding of the tarot, the most stable. It is also major arcana. It's also strength. I mean, its name sort of performs the thing it says it does, kind of a thing. So it's a grounded fire energy. This is kind of what you think you're feeling. You're like, man, and they make you feel. There's something about this relationship. Again, that's why I keep going back to the newness of it, because you both make each other feel some kind of way. In other words, it's not like you're yourselves and you're coming together and you're like, wow. Like you really come in and you make this person feel woo, and then they make you feel wow. They've swept you off their feet. So there's a lot of this I'm almost overwhelmed seeing the reading. I'm like I'm having heart palpitations. Like I need water. Thank God I have water. Excuse me. I mean, the feeling of the reading is, it's really intense. It's not very grounded, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, that's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of energy. I mean, if someone had a lot of earth and they're just like, they would need a little fire, right? So that's an important thing just for you to know, Virgo, that you think you're here. Oh man, I'm solid, but they bring me to life and they make me feel so strong and almost like I'm getting security. And what I mean by security is more like secure in yourself. So there's some kind of self-esteem, self-concept stuff that they're just like elevating to no end. So I'm here to tell you, I'm not saying that's not true, but I am saying that that's sort of the fantasy that you're kind of having. When I say fantasy, what I mean is, I'm speaking to the subjective experience of the relationship. So, we come to the tarot deck. I had a reading today, so I'll be the first to say I'm a reader and have been for 20 years, but I'm also a customer. But we get readings because we know that we need clarity about something because we're in it. We're so in it that we're like, I don't think I can see this with the sort of objectivity I would like to. So that said, you are, you're not quite seeing it as objectively as you'd like, but this is a beautiful thing. And I'm spending a lot of time here because I feel there's someone out there. I feel a Virgo, and again, I'm a Virgo moon. If I didn't tell you this, I like things neat. I don't like a lot of mess. There's Virgos out there that are kind of offended a little. You're not like offended. I mean, if you're that offended, you wouldn't be watching the video anymore, but you're sort of like, it's not me. I'm not like, I'm not swept off my feet. And I'm here to tell you that you are, and how beautiful that is, and enjoy it. Okay. So like, let's take a minute and just like honor that. No, it's no problem. It's no big deal. You're still yourself. No one can take you from yourself. It's just simply that, oh, by the way, I never noticed the little rainbow and the little piggy. Oh my God. First, okay, the pig I have noticed before, but it's just now coming really into the fore. But look at this beautiful rainbow. And that's making what? That's reference to when pigs fly. I'll feel this kind of feeling. I'll feel this immensity and this love when pigs fly, meaning it's otherworldly. It's like, who can expect to feel this strongly and this amazing? So you're in love. It's cool. Love it. Enjoy it. Have it. It's yours. Okay. So the actuality, your person is just like, they're just on fire. You make them feel so special. You know, they're really, let me make sure. Yeah. They just feel like they feel like a winner. You know, you really, again, back to this self-concept thing, you really boost them and make them feel, this is more about like, you know, strength within yourself. It's not necessarily showy, although it can be, but it's sort of you're drawing the energy toward you. The Six of Wands is more like, like see how her arms are? It's a card of victory, a card of courage. I've recently heard it spoken of as, you know, like a show off and showy. I don't like that because Six of Wands is just one of those cards. I guess as someone who, as a human, not speaking to you as the tarot reader who gets messaging, but, you know, I can be really hard on myself, and there are many of us who can. And it's so nice when you can pull a Six of Wands and you're like, oh, I could really use a win right now. Awesome. So I am personally not gonna, it doesn't resonate for me. I think that as humans, we need to, I don't know, celebrate. And if you're showy or there's any kind of narcissism, that's a different energy. That's not this. So I'm just here to like bring Six of Wands back and you know, reclaim it for the positive and necessary energy. We all should feel this way. I mean, yeah, we have to take losses and we have to have a sort of full spectrum of emotion, but even within that, this is our birthright. And I'm going to get off my soapbox now, come back to the reading. But I'm saying all this because your person is like, it's not even just like you're an audience of one, so you make them feel so good, but they also are, kind of like you got their back. I mean, and look, yeah, that's interesting. We see her from behind. It's like you really have their back. Like you've got this lion and this powerful human right here. So yeah, thank you, card. Thank you I'm getting this support feeling, and that's what it is. Just incredible support. You are their support in this. And I want to say this, even though there's a lot of fire energy, Virgo, I'm not getting the feeling that you are we know you're not fire. I'm not getting the feeling that there's tons of fire in the chart. What I'm getting is this sort of oppositional thing, which is you are two people who aren't a lot of fire. Or if you are fire, it's been muted and it hasn't been expressed enough. So I just want to put that out there, that's what's kind of making the energy of this union so like, in fact, you know what just came to me? I'll bet you there's people watching this video because they are so in love and it's so amazing. Virgos especially, I mean, you know, Virgos and other people. I'm a Scorpio sun, so I think Scorpios, we're pretty cynical, can be. But whoever you are, it doesn't matter. I don't subscribe too much, all of the weight of our chart to the sun, meaning our sun sign or astrological sign. But I do want to say that this is can be for some people that I'm talking to, overwhelming, that it's almost as much as like, not quite the same. So those of you who are hurting and who are feeling loss, I'm not trying to, depreciate your sadness or the importance of being gentle with yourself. But sometimes this positive awesomeness can also be unsettling. And it can be just that, unsettling, unfamiliar. Fear can come up. Is this real? What's going on? You know what? So for those, maybe that only resonates with one person. I feel like it might resonate with a few. Just want to say I see you, because this reading there is not, in fact, we'll get to this, that explains a lot. Oh my gosh. I love tarot, because you throw these cards out and it's just like, it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. I love how I feel, again, an aside. Sorry, we're running long, Virgo. I apologize. I like to cut it at about 13. I think the sweet spot's like 10 to 13 minutes and we're on 16. So let me wrap it up here. So the fantasy, all I was going to say was just, you really feel, if you are a tarot card reader, by the way, or if you have a future in this, or you just are interested and want to dabble, you're on the right path, or you're reading. First of all, you're opening as a channel and you're just letting shit run through you. That takes practice. That takes time. You'll get it. I've been doing this 20 years and I still have moments where I'm like, I don't know. So just want to put that out there. But yeah, it's just, what was I going to say? The manner in which spirit is choosing to speak through those of us who do this work. It's humbling and it's cool, and it shows you and reminds you how little you are. You're just a channel. All I am is a voice. I'm giving voice to something that's out there around you that wants you to, like, hey, knocking on the door. Sometimes you hear the knock, but you don't know what they're saying. And you come to some of us to maybe get that message. So the fantasy. So this is what's happening with your person. And this is what they think. They think that you are the one who has sparked their fire. Okay? They think you're the reason for this. You're the reason that you are the one that came in and got them on this path. And obviously I'm not trying to burst your bubble. You have certainly, but the point is they already had it in them. See, they think it's like, before I found Virgo, I was lost. I was so down in the depths and I didn't have fire, and Virgo gave me fire. No, Virgo gave you support, cross watcher, or Virgo's person. If you're watching, they gave you support. Virgo, you're giving them support. And how beautiful is that? Again, I cannot stress how awesome that is. I'm really glad these weren't reversed. For some reason, when I first laid them down, I was like, aw. Because if they're reversed, they're going to say something different. But this is so cool. What's really happening is their fire was already there. You've just brought it to the fore. You've given, their little sweet, innocent selves, probably injured and broken, to kind of come out into the light and say, hey, I'm here. And it's okay. And Virgo's got my back, and Virgo has encouraged me. And without Virgo, I probably wouldn't be up here, And that's true. That is what the skies are saying. That is true. But what they're thinking is that you're the one that planted the fire in them. And that's adorable. And who cares, right? It doesn't matter. This is just information for you. This is for you to know that that's why they're also just like, whoa, they're overwhelmed and they're just on fire. Now let's get to, this is what's really interesting, the current trajectory. And I think this is to the both of you. And I don't know, you might be with a Virgo. Whoever you're with and whoever I'm talking to, you guys are very similar. It's really interesting. I mean, I would imagine, like, I'm seeing two people that are who see themselves, who have sort of a self-concept of being kind of, I don't know, wallflowery, more observant than performer. You know, they're ones that go to the party and watch people, not necessarily the ones in the middle making the scene or whatever. And again, this could not, if this doesn't relate to you, please go to another reading, or, you know, go to another sign in my, and there's what, 8 million different tarot readers on YouTube. By all means, there's good ones, really good ones. But all of that is to say, like, I can see where this might make a left turn for some and be like, that does not describe me. But if it does, this is certainly part of your message, which is that that's what makes this so dramatic, is that you both have never quite felt this before, ever in your lives. And if you're older, if you're an older person and this is like your first, it's like you're kind of almost being reborn. It's like it's a whole new thing, you know? Anyway, I'm feeling a lot of love and affection for this reading because it's sweet. It's sweet. So, and here's what's happening. Some of you are running away from this. Some of you are running toward it. Mostly you're freaking the fuck out. Again, this is an 18 and over program, so we use F-bombs sometimes. But you're freaking out. They're freaking out too. You're both freaking out, but it looks different. But you're both like, holy shit, oh my God, oh my God. So this is real. And you kind of feel like you're running for your life. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to. And it's also important to honor that you're both feeling this way. If it is both of you, I suspect it is, maybe in varying degrees, but if it's just one of you, it's just one of you. Probably the Virgo who I'm talking to. Oh, and that was what I was going to say. I don't know. I said, if I didn't say it, I thought it, like that I might be talking to 2 Virgos. You know, this might be a double Virgo situation. But if not, you're more alike than you are different. And I think that's the other thing, that there's an element of just surprise and like, I had no idea that we could do this and feel this way together. Okay, but you're both scared, and you know what? So what? That's fine. You're not dropping out. Like, the idea is there's a famous book, it's a cheesy sounding title, but it's certainly true. You feel the fear and you do it anyway. Don't run away. Don't walk away. And some shit's gonna scare you. Who knows? Spirit's not telling me the what, but Spirit is saying that you might get scared, more scared than you are right now. Right now, you're scared of the unknown. You're scared of, excuse me, the unfamiliarity of this whole thing. And you're also scared of being hurt. You know, you both have a strong protective shell. Again, possibly in varying degrees, but you both have it. Oh, well, this just is. The key here in this whole thing, I guess in life generally, is acceptance. Acknowledge it. I feel fear. I don't like fear. Acknowledge that you don't like it. And just be with it. It's not going to go anywhere because you don't like it. In fact, it'll just hang around and it'll be, get stronger and be more annoying. So acknowledge it, notice it, accept it, talk about it. Maybe you could talk to each other about it. I don't know. I'll leave that in your court. But here's what's cool. This is what you both want. 10 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles, which for me, funny I said 10 of Cups, because 10 of Cups also has like family and it's happy and rainbows and stuff. But this is the one where it's more like the 10 of Cups is the feeling, the emotionality, the joy. I have kind of a different take too on it. It's not like everything's perfect and we finally are here and we live happily ever after. It's being happy. It's finding the joy in the mundane moments, family life, waking up in the morning and seeing that beautiful little, I don't know, the way the sun just kind of cascades through a leaf, or etc., etc. I could go on. But this is about fulfillment. This is about achievement in the sense of the fruits of whatever it is Spirit wants to deliver. It's the tangible results. So meaning you can touch it, feel it, smell it, hear it, taste it. That's what 10 of Pentacles is. And it's specifically centered around family, connection. Plain and simple. It's not material wealth. It's not being rich. It's not you're coming into a lot of money. That's just That's just capitalist nonsense. And I'm not trying to get political. I'm just saying that is a very, and again, no hate on anybody who does see it that way. That's their way. They're doing the reading. That's what is. But really, that's just a very specific, unique paradigm in which we find ourselves now that does not make sense in the timelessness and the vastness of the universe. Money means nothing. Having lots of stuff means nothing. Having what you need and feeling fulfilled and feeling joy, that is something. And that is what the Pentacles for the most part deliver, or are warning, or are in need of. But in this case, it's delivered. So this is what's happening. You both want this. It seems to me, from my vantage point, as I am receiving this message and how it feels in my body, this is very much within the realm of you, Virgo, and your person's connection. Again, that's why I feel like I'm talking to someone who's with their person. I don't see, if you're not with your person right now and this resonates with you, then this is for you. But I'm definitely getting a vibe like this is someone who is partnered with this person, and you guys are on the newer end of your relationship rather than like time in. You both want this, and there's no reason you can't have it. You're already building it. It's your trajectory. You know, it's saying if things continue as they are, this is essentially the direction you're headed. But you have to honor and make room for this, because this is who you are, right? We don't get to choose like, oh, I like this about me, but I'm not really a fan of that. And I love this, but if I just had a little bit less of that. That's nonsense. That's nonsense that we're fed as whatever, children, trauma, through our lives. The fact is we're perfect just as we are, even with our pain, even with our scars, even with our unhealed wounds. We are perfect. And I guess I'm talking to somebody out there because this is what I'm being led to say. So these are equally important. Don't diss this because it's scarier and it's not the part you like. And this is what he's running toward it. I just gave him a gender. We don't know their gender, but I'm just going to say, I said he, so we'll go with he. They are running toward this. You're on your way there. And it doesn't matter. And don't even get caught up in like, oh my God, we have to get this. Just do what you guys are doing. There's nothing you need to change. There's nothing that has to shift. This entire reading, and really all readings of this nature, are just bringing you to awareness of what is happening. This is absolutely the longest reading of this kind that I've had so far. It's a very long reading. But Virgo, it is my honor to have, to be allowed to deliver this message. I hope it resonates. Please leave a comment. Any comment, let me know how it lands. Let me know anything at all. Like it if you like it. I guess don't like it if you don't like it. That's fine too. And subscribe. Join the family. We're a small family, but we're growing. And, you know, that's all I got. Much love.